Hello, in this video I will be going over your session 1 quiz. Alright, so our first quiz is going to be a little bit different from what we're used to, and I wanted to do a bit of kind of a tour of the course and just letting you know some helpful information that you are going to be using this semester to help you be more successful. Okay, so when we start going into the course, these are some of the topics you are going to be watching me go through. So first is the course calendar, then we're going to go over announcements, those lesson videos, and then the gradebook as well. Okay. So let's pull open the course. All right, so when you first open your math course, this is what you should see. So you'll be on your home page, you'll see these active announcements, and when we scroll down here, you'll see all of the different units that we have. Okay, so let's look at the calendar first. On your left-hand side, you will see your inbox, your calendar, your courses, and your dashboard. So the dashboard is where you see all of your different tiles. If you hit courses, it will show you all the different courses you're enrolled in. So this is another way you can go back and forth. Let's look at the calendar in particular for right now. So the calendar is very helpful because every single class has a different assignment due each day, right? But sometimes it can be hard to keep track of which assignments are due when. So what the calendar does is it's going to take every single class that you are enrolled in and it's going to put it over here. Okay, now notice how my math class here is showing up in green. Say I don't really want it in green and I want it to be something like purple. If I hit these three dots over here, I can change it. So say I wanted it to be purple. Well, now my math is purple. So if you wanted to color code your courses, you can do that as well. Okay, now this is very nice because you can see here every single one of these little, I guess kind of like check mark boxes. These are the assignments that I have to do. And you will notice that some of them are crossed out, right? These first couple ones here are crossed out, and that's because I completed those already. Since I completed those, they're going to be crossed out. Okay, so say it is Wednesday the 13th and I want to come into my math class to do my math assignment for that day. If I were to click this, it should take me right to my workbook. If not to my workbook, it at least takes me right to my math class, and then I could see that my workbook is right here. Now on the side, you'll notice that there are these check marks. Okay, and if I expand these, you will get a check mark when you have completed that assignment. So if you are trying to, go into lesson 4 and you're like, well, why can't I do this first workbook? It's because you have to come back here to do this one for lesson 3. So calendar is a great way to see all of your course assignments in one spot. The next thing that I want to talk about is your inbox. Okay, the inbox, or like your course messages, this is where you can send messages to all of your teachers. When you have a question for me, whether it's about a math question, whether it's about a checkpoint, a lesson, a workbook, an exam, anything, sending me a course message with this inbox is going to be the fastest way to get a response from me. Okay, I respond to these almost immediately unless I'm in a meeting where I can't or I'm out for lunch. Okay, so inbox is going to be the fastest way to get a response from me. So keep that in mind. When you click on your inbox, I cannot view this in student view, but when you click on your inbox, there's going to be a blue plus button on the side here. So if you click that, it'll start a new message. And then all you need to do is start typing in my name. So you can start typing in my last name, which is Serio. So S-E-R-I-O. And then you should see my name pop up and you can start a message. I will also be sending you messages through this inbox. So if you ever see a little +1 or a little icon on the top, make sure that you open it to just at least read through what we're sending. A lot of the times it has helpful information for you. Okay, the next thing I want to talk about is your announcements. Now, when you open your course, you will see a maximum of 3 active announcements, and that means those are the most recent. Okay, so here you could see important class information, please read. When I open it, it looks just like a bunch of words, right? This is not very appealing. But down here, there is a view announcement button. So if I click this view announcement button, it's going to open the announcement the way you are meant to read it. So here you can see this is much better. It's numbered, it's centered, different colors. There's links you can click on, all that good stuff, okay? So anytime you are viewing an announcement, make sure you click View Announcement on the bottom. For this week 1, this is the very first week of our course, and you can see here looks like there's a few different links, and again, it's just a big kind of jumbled bunch of words. So let's click View Announcement to see what this announcement is actually supposed to look like. So here, below is my weekly agenda for week 1. I have the dates. So these are the days that I am completing: Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Assignments due. So these are the assignments due on each day. And then you can notice on this third column, I have helpful videos. So here is a link for my lesson 1 video, which will help you complete these 2 workbooks, as well as a video for lesson 2, which will help you complete this workbook that is due on Friday. Okay, now these lesson videos, you will be able to find them in many different places. I'll go over that in just a second. If you look down here at the bottom, you will see 3 different links. The first one is the math tutoring link. So say you want a little bit of extra help and I'm busy, or you just want a little bit longer of a period to work with someone, you can make an appointment with the math tutor. Below that is my pacing guide. If you want to print out, like if you're someone who likes to print out a schedule and then cross off things when you're done, you can do that. With this, it's a PDF. It is essentially going to be the same thing that you'll find in your weekly agenda that is in the course. But instead, if you print this, you can cross off each assignment when you are finished. Okay, it also has different holidays, things like that. It's a little bit color-coded, whichever you prefer. And then underneath that is the calculator link. In my videos, you will see me utilizing a calculator all the time. Okay, and I use the same exact calculator. So what I would suggest is doing those problems with me on this calculator. The more you practice using the calculator with me and you see how I'm doing it and you try and mimic me and type in the same thing to make sure you can get the same answer, it's going to be very helpful for you. So this is the Desmos Scientific Calculator. Again, this is what you will see me be using throughout the entire course and in all of my lesson videos, okay? You can use calculators on any assignment, whether it's a workbook, a checkpoint, a session quiz, an exam, a project, anything you can use this calculator on. Okay, so let's talk about the lesson videos really quick. So lesson videos, you can find them in your announcements. You can also find them in the course, okay? So for every single lesson, I make lesson videos. So these right here where it says video lesson 1, this is something that I make, okay? Everything else in here, like these workbooks and these checkpoints, all that stuff is not made by me. It's made by StrongMind. But the lesson videos are what I am making to help you, okay? Anytime you see anything in the course that looks a little bit like, well, this is very helpful type of thing, I'm making it to help you, okay? In these lesson videos, I go over the content that you will be reading in both of these workbooks. If you don't like reading math, which there's not a lot of people who don't like reading math, so don't feel bad. If you watch these videos, you will be learning all of the content in all of the workbooks in this one video. Okay, so instead of trying to sit there and read through everything in these, if you would like, if you're more visual, you can use the videos. Another thing with these lesson videos is that these workbook questions can sometimes be a little bit difficult, okay? And I go over every single workbook question from every single workbook in these videos. It might not be right at the beginning because I want to show you a few different examples, but if you keep watching, I promise you I will go over every single workbook problem. So here for lesson 2, notice there's 3 workbooks, okay? So I go over all 3 workbooks in this one video. What I would suggest doing so that you can use the video at the same time that you're trying to answer these workbooks is if you hover over the lesson video and right click, you can open this in a new tab. Okay, so when I open this in a new tab, my lesson video is going to pop up here. And then on this one, I'm free to open up my workbook. So here I'm opening up my workbook. I have my video here that I can play and I can pause whenever I need to. And then once this loads, I'll be able to scroll down and view the workbook problems at the same time. So when I scroll down here, and here's my first question. So if I'm watching this video and I'm watching, Miss Serial solve this question, as soon as she's done and we've come to our answer, I can pause it and I can come back here to my video. I can select my answer and then I can move on with her. Okay. So that is how I recommend using these videos. Another thing you'll notice in this class is that there is only one project. Okay, only one. It is broken into 3 parts. For every single project part, I have a project help, okay? In this project help, you will find directions, you will find a Google Doc that I highly suggest you use. I will show you how to use it in the video, and then in the very last video, I'll also explain to you how to turn it in, okay? So there's 3 parts of the project. This isn't until lesson 4, so don't worry about it right now. But when we get there, know that those are there for you as well, okay? Now, the next thing that I want to go over is your gradebook, okay? Your gradebook is very helpful, okay? Make sure that you click on this grades tab. This grades tab is going to take you to your gradebook. And here I can see that my total grade right now is a 77%. And these are all of the scores that I got on my assignments, okay? Now, if I look over here, checkpoints. It says checkpoints, and then right over here underneath weight, it says 33%. That means that checkpoints will have the biggest impact on your grade. So you want to make sure that you are either asking for help if you get stuck on a checkpoint, that you are reaching out and say, hey, can you help me solve this problem on a checkpoint so that I can help you do your best. So with these checkpoints in this grade book, so say this second checkpoint that I did on checkpoint 2, I only got a 64.5%, and I want to do better. And if I want to kind of play around and say, well, what if I got 100%? What would that do to my grade? If I click on my score here, I can change this and write in 100%. And when I hit enter, it brings my grade all the way up to a 90.7. And that's insane, just redoing that one assignment. You'll also notice that this is now like a red color, okay? Because I didn't actually redo this assignment and get that grade yet, but I just kind of wanted to see what it was like. So if I hit this blue arrow, it'll take it back to what it was before, which will make my grade what it actually is. So if you wanted to raise your grade, or maybe say you were like this, you're very close to that B and you want to get there, you could try typing in a few different scores and say, well, what would happen if I get this score on this assignment, and see which ones are more worth your time, okay? All right, so lesson videos. I want to show you one more place where you can find them. You can find them in your announcements. You can find them in the course itself. And then you can also find it here. So right here where it says click here on this important class information announcement, this is my resource page. Okay. And on my resource page, I am going to have a ton of stuff. And essentially every single video, every single thing that I make for this course is going to be kept on this page. I haven't linked anything yet, but when you get here, you will see different blue links, okay? Probably for some of the projects, some of these lesson videos, and maybe even a few checkpoint videos, okay? So what you could do here is if you go up here to this star, in this upper corner, if I click this, it'll bookmark it. So if I'm struggling on, maybe a checkpoint 2 question, I can come down here where you'll eventually see checkpoint videos, and I can click on checkpoint 2 and see how that's able to help me answer those questions. Okay, and you can also notice I have a tutoring link, I have my pacing guide, and then I have project, exam, checkpoint, and lesson videos. So you have so much stuff to help you. Just make sure you know where to find it. And if you see something in this video and you're like, I don't remember where that was, feel free to send me a course message. Okay. All right, let's see. Did we go through everything? Gradebook, announcements, lesson videos? Yes, perfect. Okay, so for communication, whoops, I went to the beginning. For communication, sending me those course messages with that inbox, right in the middle of your course, that's the fastest way to get a response from me. However, that's not the only way to be able to talk to me. You can also send me an email. Okay, here's my email address. I respond fairly quickly to emails as well. You can also text me or call me at the same number. So if you have a question, you can text or call me, whichever you prefer. Okay. So I would either pause the video, write this down, take a picture of it, something so that you have this. The next thing I want to talk about is assignment attempts. Okay. On workbooks, you have unlimited attempts. So that means that you can redo your workbook questions and however many times that you want until you get the grade that you want. One thing to keep in mind is that you have to score at least a 40% on workbooks, checkpoints, and exams to move forward. So if you do a workbook and you only get a 35, you must retake it, okay? You must reattempt it until you get at least a 40% or higher. And again, that's only for workbooks, checkpoints, and exams. On checkpoints, you have 3 attempts. However, that is it's not like once you hit your 3 attempts, you're done. You can't ever do it again. You can always get more attempts on your checkpoints. All you have to do is ask me so I can add one. Okay, say you were messing around in your gradebook and you saw that if you redid that one checkpoint and did really well on it, your grade was going to go up huge in a great way. Send me a message that says, hi, can I have another attempt on checkpoint 2? And I'll add it for you. And if you want help on that checkpoint, mention that. Say, hey, I want another attempt on checkpoint 2. Can you help me with those problems that I missed? And I'd be more than happy to do that for you. The unit session quizzes, you have 3 attempts. However, I cannot add any more attempts to other than those 3. So if you get to your second attempt and there's one question that you just don't understand why you keep getting it wrong, you need to message me and ask for help before you submit your third one. Okay, so on your unit session quizzes, you only have those 3. I cannot add another. And then for your unit exams, you have 1 attempt on those, but you can always retake your unit exams. Even the final exam, you can retake, okay? So don't feel stressed out if you take the exam once and you don't do very well on it. That's okay, because you can always redo it. I can help you on your retakes. You're not going to be doing this alone, okay? The most important thing is just to remember to reach out to me. Okay, it's so much easier for me to help you if you reach out first, and then I'll meet you right there halfway in the middle. Whoops. Sorry, my scrolly wheel went crazy. All right, so that's it. I hope that you learned something new, that there is something that you're going to be using, and that you came out of this feeling a little bit better than you did before we start actually getting into all the math. Okay, your quiz password is going to be successful, and that is in all lowercase. Okay, successful, all lowercase letters. Please let me know if you have any questions. Other than that, I'm looking forward to a great semester.